Welcome back everyone to the channel and welcome back to Terminus Zombie Survivors. She's very popular on the channel and it's a very good game if you haven't played it before. Today we're going to be doing our brand new run and we're going to be doing one of the long endings. We did a series of challenges in season 3. We'll move on to season 4 now. So I've already sort of pre-planned the run. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a run with a pastor. Now, what is their skills? They have 2 abilities they can use, but they don't have a trait. They have a couple of passives, so they're a pacifist, so that means they cannot attack. Now, you can't do a run, well, you probably could, but if you're doing a long run, you can't avoid zombies on a long run. You might be able to on a quick run. So she's not going to be able to be on her own. So I'm giving her the survival partner. So she starts with 1 companion. Now that companion I will manually control, but any companions we find out on the run, I will be setting them up as automated this time. Now this is the 2nd attempt at this run. I've done a slight change because we did it with the farmer last time, but we never used any of his skills. A second passive gets triple morale back from reading the Bible. So for 1 AP spent, gets 3 morale. And she also has an ability which can increase morale of all the people around her and herself. Will you do that when we go into the run? So the last trait is going to be Exquisite Dismantler. And it means basically if we capture a rabbit or some sort of animal through a trap, she's going to gain more meat from it. An extra piece of meat. And again, that food was an issue in the last time I tried this run for the big portion of the run. I won't say how it ended. Well, you sort of know how it ended if this is run 2, but I won't give all the final details. It was actually quite fun and we was very close for completing that run. We was probably about 2 or 3 days away from it. So again, we had some very, very bad luck. The custom partner, we are going to be going with Octavia the firefighter. Now we did see firefighter briefly in, I think it was season 2. The trait, because I've got 20 trait points now because we've done multiple runs on this channel. I'm going with all round, so all the stats increase by 1. So that means anything up here will be increased by 1. So she'll have 5 strength, 4 observation, 4 health, 3 combat, 2 agility and 2 dexterity. So they won't have to read much books to get the rest of the stats up to a 5 out of 5. We might not have time to do it in this run. So I think that's the run. I'm also going to be doing it on my usual Apocalypse. I'm going to be doing it on my usual Permadeath. And I'm also going to make it more difficult for me. I'm going to go with triple zombies on the map. Hence why I've got a fighter with the passive person. If I wanted to do a passive run, I'd have just gone normal difficulty or easy just to get the achievement, but I'm not going to. So that is the run set up. So what are our priorities? We need, again, it's not like the last run. We don't need clothes off the bat. We can get them probably a week into the run and still be fine. Food and water I'm okay for the first day or so, but finding that would be a bonus. We would need to find a knife so I can craft my spears. And we also could do with finding a street map very early. If we find a car, it's a bonus. If we find crops, it's a bonus. But yeah, a knife and the street map are my 2 priorities of getting off at the bat and the start of the run. Now, same as usual, it will tell you where Terminus is in the north of the map. We're going to start in the south of the map, but we're not going for the Terminus ending on this one. We're going to be aiming ideally for the boat finish, but if we can't get lucky with the books, then I'm going to pivot to the trade ending. So that means I will have to gain 100 trust, I think it is, with the fortified houses. So in this playthrough, I won't be fighting the fortified houses. I'm going to be doing that in probably season 5 just to see another version of the combat. That's our starting people. So now Octavia, let me just turn off disable the companion AI. So the trait that the firefighter gets, just in case you haven't seen my previous seasons, they can use axes and they'll use less condition on it. So she starts with a fire axe, which is a really good weapon. Unfortunately, it's only a poor durability. so she will use it more. Her skill would do 40% less, so she could probably get about 7% damage per hit. So she's probably got about 12 to 13 hits on that weapon. Now, with the changes in 1.1 for the combat, before it used to be a bonus to head attack, a bonus to body, a bonus to legs, that's all gone. It seems to be blunt weapons are better for the heads, so if you're not using a blunt weapon, you will take 50% more durability loss. Her trait here is basically negated on most of the enemies because we're only going to be doing head attacks. And Amy, which is the priest, has 2 skills. The first one costs 2 AP. It will give 5 morale to everybody in that crosshatch. So you can give it up to 3 other people, 4, but the maximum you can have is 4 people in your party with the changes with the 1.1 update. The second skill she's got is Preach. Now, if you click onto this, you've got 4 options. For 6 turns, this will last. For 4 AP, she can give 100% damage to everybody in the party and 50% dodge. You can recover from status ailments while sleeping faster. Again, that's not really that big because most time you sleep, you will get rid of the diseases and stuff quite easy. Reduce loss because of hunger and thirst. In the last run, we had to use that a lot because we just couldn't find food and water half the time. That becomes in very good. But one of the best skills she's got is increased reading speed and crafting speed. So at the end of the night, I like to read books just before we sleep when it goes dark. It's not that good going out on the map when it's dark. That will be able to give us 100%. So instead of the usual 5 pages per 1 AP, we will get 10 pages per 1 AP. So it allows you to learn a lot of books and a lot of skills fast. So the bonuses I've just mentioned, where it would be 1 AP for 10 pages. You can increase that even more when you use a reading bench. There's 2 types of benches. One gives 10%, one gives 20%. So that's why we've got. So what is Amy starting with? Amy just starts with the Bible, which you will get 3 AP, and that will never go with less than 3 AP. And we've got an axe. So we need to start exploring. Now, unlike the last playthrough, Amy had a skill where she could get... Well, the second character had a skill where they could get more items from exploring. We haven't got that this time. Whoever explores, it doesn't really matter on this. So the door to get out is down here. And there's a door there. So that makes me think this could be going into another room here. So let's deal with Amy first. And when you start the game, you do start on 20 AP. Wrong way. We just want to pick up everything at the start. Everything is going to be useful. You can manage your weight later in the game. I think I'm going to open this door just to double check. Okay, so there's no zombies in the immediate vicinity. We're not going to be in this room for long, so I'm not going to waste AP to close it. Batteries are okay because we can use them to make a makeshift lighter. And a novel, that's going to be good for the firefighter. It's going to take me a while. Octavia. It's going to be good for Octavia. We don't need a novel at any point. Oh, that's blessed. That's the best bag in the game for the shoulder. And it has 45 capacity, so this is just... And some seeds to start off, a compression bandage if we get a sprain. At the moment, we've got 6 weight, 1.2. We're going to put that on. We probably don't need another bag for a long time now. Weight's gone down to 3.3. And AP moves 1.1. We are going to collect everything, as I said. It is all extremely useful in the early game. We've got a pillar. And an helicopter manual. It's not going to be any good, but I'm still going to pick it up. If you look at an helicopter manual, it is medium value if we have to go the trading route. Now, we've run out of AP, so it's Octavia's turn now. I will explain a little more at the very start while we're doing this, but later on we're not going to be... Well, I'll just speed it up a little faster for the people that's used to this series. I've just got to make sure people who are not used to it. So again, it is a top-down view, as you see. But I'm not one of these person who needs flashy graphics to have a good game. And we've got a tote bag. We are going to put both those on until we can get a backpack and replace them. We will put the sweater on as well. And yes, there is definitely another room here because we can see a wall there. We've got 10 AP still. We can't move to a square that's black. You have to move to one that's visible. So I'm going to go there. There is a door to open, but this turn, we're just going to check the refrigerator. We might find some food. We've got some water. That's pretty good. We don't need to have it at the moment, so until we start taking HP damage, you will see I won't use food and water that much. Unless I've got loads of it, and then I'll just use it. If it's going to go off or something. So that is turn 1 done. So Amy's got nothing else to do. We've searched everything in here. I'm just double checking, because I have forgot things in the past. Now what we want to do is go around the building and make sure there's not a car here. Or make sure there's not anything on the floor. So like a stone down there, that's useful to us. We can make a stone knife with that. Bones are probably one of the better ingredients to get. So if we get here, we get visibility at the top and the bottom. Okay, you can come down and collect the stone. You still got 10 AP, because again, we do get a lot more AP if you're content. Amy's turn now. I'm going to get you out to this door here, just to get visibility up this side. Okay, nothing. You go there, you've still got enough AP to react and move. Okay, there is a zombie, so we will have to move out of the range. But before we do that, we want to look at the map. Now, because we've got the firefighter, they tell us where the fire stations are at the start of the game. We are looking for the boat ending, so that means we've got to find the coast, which is the seaside, and the marina. It's going to be across one of these 3 edges of the map. It won't be across the top. I've never seen it up there. I've only ever seen it down the sides and the bottom. We're located around a load of unidentified places, so I want to try and stick to the edge of the map if I can. So I want to go probably out the south exit. It would be nice heading towards that fire station. Until we can get some repair glue or a repair kit, we could do again some more fire axes. Just so that we can make better use out to the firefighter. So if we look on the map, so we need to leave down there. We can get out of his range. How far can we get with 5.1? It's one of these games where if I move 1 square, it's 1.1. Then it goes to 2, 2.7. So it's cheaper the further you go. But if you're going into a dark area, there's a chance of a zombie being hidden, hence why this one. So I'm going to send us as far as we can go, which is there for 4.8. And Octavia's got a bit of AP left, so I'm going to move them onto that square. How much are you gaining? You're gaining 12 next turn, so that's fine. We'll zone through on the next turn. Both of them use the AP, and now we can move on, and we're already on to map 2. With 2 people, it is a lot faster. You could possibly get 4 locations done. You do have to pay attention to the sunset. As soon as the sunset happens, you have visibility on the tile you're on unless you've got a certain jobs or certain perks, which we haven't got. So we need to be inside an house and safe at the night time. We're not built to be going out at night exploring. So you're going into an house, some plastic on the ground, some stone, a street map. That's a very good find. That's what I've been after. Before we move through, we want to go back to Amy and make sure Amy can get through safe as well. It'll be next turn before Amy's through. But if you put your character on the exit spot, it stops zombies from spawning in there. Unless they've changed in the last update, which they possibly could have done. So I'm going to move there for 2.9. It's going to give me about 8 AP to react. Oh, we got a car. Please say you got petrol. And please say you're not broke. Now I could move to the car to 2.7 then, still have 5 AP. Brilliant. I can check the car. So let's have a look what's in the car. It is broke, I think it said then. Yeah, it's broken. They are fairly easy to repair, but it's got no fuel. And it's only a 1. That's actually quite good. 1 fuel economy. It's probably the lowest fuel economy I've ever seen. But we've got some ramen, which is good food. We've got a body armor, which is very good to wear if you're getting attacked, but it's also a great trade item. And a towel is good if it's raining. So yeah, those are really good finds. Morale stacks up to 24, I think it is. So because we're getting the alcohol trait, we're getting 8 alcohol with this one. We don't really want to use it until we're lower than 16 morale, but you get morale back when you sleep. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Octavia's done, and you can't get through to next turn. Are you going to lose anything? No, you're going to be up 19 AP on the next turn. It is a bit of a maths game, this one is. So before I do anything, I want to zone through, just so both characters are on the same map. Now, we took everything out the car. So the first thing I want to do is on your map, you can leave little notes for yourself. So that first house we was in, there was nothing special, so I'm not going to leave a note. But I'm going to leave a note here. Car broken. And if I find anything useful, like a couch, a reading desk, a crafting desk, anything like that, then I'll come and put a note on here. Just so when I look back at the map, I know where good locations. Because we probably will have to set up a base on this one. We can go back to the map now. So Amy's got 10. I think I'm going to move with Octavia first, go around the house and see where we can get in, because there is a door there, so let's just see if we can get in that door. No, it's locked. Let's move there, and you've still got 12 AP to fight if you need to. Let's go to that spot. Okay, there's no zombies anywhere around here, so that's pretty good. And because it's broken, you can already open it. And again, those planks are very useful because we can make spears of it. Ammunition's good. But you have to be careful with firing guns, because they can get, they are very loud and they will attract zombies. So we got some sleeping pills and we got some plastic. And you've used all your AP. So again, we're going to go on that spot there and see if we can just see anything down here. Okay, I haven't spotted anything. We're just going to see if you can open up the window. It is a risk going for the windows all the time. If not... Okay, you've got no more AP. If not, we can easily go... I can get Octavia to open this door from the inside, which I'll probably end up doing. Octavia, move there, open the door, and then I want you to come down this way. Amy, you're going to be coming in as far as you can, which is that spot there. And you can go and search these 2 items. Some more water, so both of them have got some water on them now, and we've got some fresh ground meat. We can't do a fire. That was the other thing we needed as well. We need some way to light up, but like I said, we have got one part of it where I could craft a makeshift lighter with those batteries. And the other thing we would need is a pan or a pot to be able to cook. Amy's going to search that next turn. Let's go to Octavia. You've got 8.6, so I'm happy for you to go through and see if there's anybody in here. You go there, you've still got 5 AP to back off if you need to. Wow, a zone with nothing. Now, you have got a desk. We've got a table up there. We've got a reading desk there. Unfortunately, there's no couch, so this doesn't really make a great base. Vitamin, that's good, because it can give us energy if we get into a position where there's zombies around us and we can't sleep safely. Then that will give us some energy so we don't have to sleep. And then let's have a look where we're going to move to next. We're going to have to move out the left side there. We can't do anything with the car yet because you need a spanner to fix it. But it's pointless fixing it if we've got no fuel to put in it. All that's searched. I'm just making sure I've not messed anything. Amy will search that. And we're going to get you to come out this window and just make sure there's no farm crops down here. Because sometimes you can get crops. So it's going to cost you 5.3 to get there. Then it's going to cost you 9 to zone, which you will be able to zone on next turn. Let's look what Amy's got. So Amy, do your searching first. novel, and some more water. That's really good. 3 bottles of water this early. So I am going to put Amy on that spot. And I'm going to put Octavia on the spot behind. Where's can I get the cheapest? I can get there for 4.9. So I'm happy. We've searched that. We've put a note on that's a car. I won't put another note on there because unless it's got a couch, it's not really that. 2 reading desks at one place is really good. And broken windows doesn't really make anything because if we've got an hammer, we can fix them. So actually, I will update the note. Car broken, plus 2 reading desks. And they do pay off leaving notes like that. So let me just swap out. I'm going to do trading between the characters, make sure everybody's got what they should have, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so I've sorted out the best I can. Let's put the ramen over there. So Amy's at 1.1 AP and Octavia's at 0.9. I've left the beer and the drink on there, so they've got a little bit, and we kept that ramen because we're going to be doing the cooking because we're a Dex 5 character. We've got 21 turns, so we've got just less than a day to do something with that meat. But again, we can't do anything unless we get a pot and a pan. Now, what you can do is 3 hours before you sleep at night, you can take this meat, get your disease before you sleep, and then while you're sleeping, the disease will go away. So if in a pinch, you can use that tactic, and I've used it on many of my runs. Just if you've got nothing else food. I've given the gloves to Amy, and I've given the pillar to Octavia. Just so everything's sort of evened out. I'll give the novels over, so both of them's got a way of doing some sort of moral gains on them. So Amy has got some AP. Because the morale is not full on either one, I'm going to use Amy's ability. It's only going to take 9 to go through, and she's going to have enough AP next turn. So let's put that on. So each one's gained 5 morale. So them both looking a bit better. So now they get slightly more AP. The better your morale, the more AP you get bonuses. So if your energy's full, if your morale's full, you get about 1 AP extra per one of those for being capped. So it is a good thing if you can do that. So we can't do anything else this turn. And we need AP to move through. So first I'm going to send Amy through. I wouldn't normally do this. I would normally send the fighter first, but it doesn't really matter because them both going through on this turn. Unfortunately, we've only got 2 AP and 5 AP, so we don't really have a lot. There is a window open, and there is a rotten corpse. Now, those gloves that Amy's got are going to be extremely useful. For you to check a zombie, you lose about 37% condition off your gloves. So what you want to do is put them on just as you're there, check the zombie, and then take them straight back off so you can use them again. What I want to have a quick look is what else did I need to make the makeshift lighter. For the makeshift lighter, I would need 2 scrap metal or 1 electronic part. We can get anything like a watch, a radio. Even if it's broken, we can break it down, and that will give us the electronic part, and then we can make that lighter. Unless we can find one. So let's pass another turn. Now, when watching the time at the top, I've got 7 hours, which is 7 turns before it's nightfall. So I want to get this house cleared and get to the next tile if possible. So Octavia, I'm going to get you to try the door. You never knew if it was going to be open. I'm going to go there because I want to pick up the cloth. And you can go and search the north end. A denim jacket. Yeah, we'll give you that one because it's got a bit of defense on there. If we start getting cold and Amy, we can always give one of them across. And we've got a couch here for sleeping. So that's not a bad start. Unfortunately, no desks here. There will be another room over here because you can see the floor there. It's a light beigey colour. Cooking pamphlet for dumplings. That will be passed over to Amy because Amy's going to be the one that's doing all the cooking. And now it's Amy's turn. And she's going to come down the bottom end here and start checking these off. A messenger's bag. That might be good to give to Octavia. Because at the moment, if you look down the bottom here, my duffel bag has 9.5 out of 45. So I don't need to put another bag on. Now, if you look at the duffel bag, it gives a 40% weight reduction. That gives a 45. So it's just far superior. And if you do equip a bag, it does give you an encumbrance as well. So you do have to be careful of that. Especially when it gets into the cold winter months. So we've searched that. I want you to come here, search this, and then we'll go and check the zombie out. And you've got a beer now as well. So that's good. Pick up the wood off the floor. Make sure we're going to equip those gloves, which we do for the inventory. Again, we're going to search the zombie. We lose, as I say, about 37% roughly. Just slightly more on this occasion. And we got a lighter, so we don't need to make that lighter now. So that's good. So all we need is a pot or a pan and we can do some cooking. Now, if you do look at the cooking menu, you can see all the items you get as a base amount to do. The most ones you're going to be doing is something like cooked vegetables, cooked meat. You can do, if you can make skewers, you could put the meat on a skewer and do a meat skewer. Not the most effective way, but it is a way if your meat's about to go off. Amy, let's take them gloves back off so you don't waste them. And while the characters are next to each other, I'm just going to give the bag over. Was there anything you picked up I need? Well, Amy's going to do the cooking, so she's better off having the 2 water, I think. 1.1 and 1.2 AP is pretty good. Amy, you can take the cloth. And you could actually take the sweater. Anything else? You painkillers? I don't really use painkillers, so we'll just transfer them across. And I think we're all good. Nuts, I'm just going to pass over because you can put them in a... Actually, no, we'll just keep them here. We'll pass the seeds over because we're not going to cook with seeds. And we don't want to eat them. So, yeah, 1.1 and 1.2, we're all fairly even. Amy's used most hers, and Octavia used most theirs. Okay, Amy, I'm going to get you to come in this room. It is a little dangerous, but we're going to leave Octavia to do the fighting if there is anything. Still nothing. We've had quite a good run on this one. Some fresh meat. Again, unfortunately, nothing I can do with that at the moment without the pot or a pan. We've already done the corpse. Let me just double check. I am definitely playing on Apocalypse. Yep, definitely Apocalypse and Permadeath and Crowded. I've never seen it this quiet. Okay, unfortunately, we got nothing from that. Got another novel. That's a third one. But if you look at the novels, actually, they are low trade quality. So if our weight starts getting too much, we can just burn the novels if we need to. We want to collect that wood, which is perfectly timed because we can open the door. So there's some plastic on the ground up there. There's a stone over there, which we should have picked up when we zoned. We didn't. So I'm not going to go all the way back for that. I'm going to put Octavia there. Some plastic up there. Oh, sorry, that's glass, so that can make a glass knife. That's useful. So yeah, we're going to go out the door on the next turn of Octavia. And Amy, what are you doing? You've already done that. So we have searched everything in here. I'm just double checking because we don't lose any loot. And again, that's why couches are good. It gives you 50% sleep quality. The less you sleep, the more time you've got to do other things. And you've got 5.8. There is a zombie in the safe. He can't get to me, so I'm not going to move from where we are. So let's plan our route. So we're currently here. There's nothing down the safe unless it's hiding right the way down there. There won't be a car in them couple of spaces. So I'm happy to leave the map at this point. 4.6, 8 to go through. We're going to put you there. And then Octavia next turn will go straight to the end goal and zone as well. Just making sure I wasn't losing any AP. So now what I have to be careful of with Octavia is you've only got 12.5. It's going to take you 8 to move. Yes, you can get through as well. I just want to make sure if Amy goes through, we can get a fighter through as well. Again, another car. There is a zombie up there, can only move one, so that's fine. I am going to leave them 2 items. Hopefully it doesn't come back and bite us, and we're both on the same map again. And nobody's really got any AP to do anything, so we're just going to pass a turn. And as you saw there, when Octavia, I think it was Amy, they must be stacking the observation because we actually got more of the car unlocked. So in this case, I'm going to put Amy at the very back. This car will have a really high consumption because it's a bigger car. Okay, so it's got no fuel. It is also broken, but there is stuff in there for us to pick up. Bread is used to repair gear, which I will be doing. So there wasn't a lot in there. And it's not worth us repairing that car, because if you look at the fuel economy, it's 2.9. If I'm going to repair a car, I'd repair the one which has 1 fuel economy. Now, it does have a much vaster capacity, so if you want a longer playthrough, like the 100-day playthrough or something like that, then this car would probably be the best one. If you can get a job like the driver, where it'll cut that fuel consumption from 2.9 down to something like 0.7, 0.8, so it would then be manageable. Amy, you can come up to this door and try it. So we know there's a room there and we know there's a room here. Okay, that one's locked. But where else can Amy get to? Octavia will come and do the distance longer in a minute. There's a window there. Can you get for that? No, that's locked as well. There is a zombie inside. It hasn't seen us. And I am going to move Amy right the way into the corner. It is dangerous, but like I said, we've got the backup. We know Octavia's going to be coming over. So Octavia can go to that spot for 7.3 by going around the outside. Still gives them 7 left. Or you could go and try and open the window, which is probably the better idea. And as we're walking past the windows, we're getting more visibility inside. This also applies at the night to zombies. Zombies have a much stronger and have a much better visibility at the night. So if I'm walking past a window at the night, they will see in just the same as we have. So always cover your windows at night. Now there is a couch. And there is a table. It's not a massive place, this isn't. Some dirty water up there which we can cook. And there's a rotten tomato. Now, pick up the rotten food. You can use it for fish bait, which is the best use, I think, of it. Or you can use it for fertiliser. But normally, your crops will be done. If you plant crops, by the time you return to that cell, the crops will be done anyway. So you don't really need the fertiliser, I don't think. Okay, so that was blocked, wasn't it? Yep. So in that case, come up to here. There's quite a few bits on the floor. What's worth picking up? We might just go around and pick it all up on this turn. Still got 5. And you can't see us, and even if you could, you can only move 1 tile. So we've got 2 zombies, 1 in there and 1 out here. We haven't seen much combat in this one. Now I'm going to get Amy to just do the moving, just in case we have to fight with Octavia. Another locked one. I've never come across an house that doesn't have a window for you to get in, and that's perfect now, because Octavia can now move either to that square there and pick up the item, or there. So you might as well move there. It's only 0.3 AP more. And we don't need to fight that guy out there. And again, I'll do the same as before. There's a couch. And there's a car. I'm just going to put a quick note. Broken van. I'll put the consumption 2.8 plus a couch. Just in case we want to scout an option for a base. And we get a spanner, we can always come back down with fuel and do these. Now, one of the easiest way for fuel, I find, is do a quest for a fortified house. And if you can get 5 trading reputation, then trade that for fuel. It will always give you 5 fuel. Okay, Octavia, time for you to do some combat. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a waste here, but I don't really want to be using my planks. But it might be more sensible. Okay, we'll use the plank. And you've still got 9 AP, so you can cut... Oh, I forgot to pick up this cloth. Bit of a wasted AP there. Now, we've got 3 hours before the night, and we've got quite a bit in here to check. So I think what I'm actually going to do... Not this turn, next turn is Octavia's going to go and kill that person, and we're going to secure this house for the night. This room's the best one to secure, because we need 2 cloth to block up the windows. We've got 2 points of entrances with doors, so if one gets broken in, we can always go out the other one. And it's got the couch in this room as well. And did we use everything with Amy? Yeah, everything we need to. So let's just pass a turn. Octavia, I want you to go to the corner because we've only got 2 hours to secure this place. You've got 7.4, so this is more better suited for the axe to use. 2 hits with the axe. Just a piece of cloth there. I'm not going to bother you getting it. I'm just going to get you in the house. Amy. That one's been checked, so come over here and check this. Now, we haven't been lucky with picking up books. Okay, we've got a book at least. But no, I wanted a skill book. And Octavia, you can close that window and cover it. And we've still got a couple hours, so we might be able to go and search the other room and then come back in here. So I think that's where I'm going to send Amy. Then we'll start looking at food and drink, because if you look at the HP, we're still gaining because of the warmth bonus. That's why you always want to wear clothes if you've got them. Not great. You can check that, and next turn you can go back into the main room then. Another bottle of water, that's good. Because we've got so much water, I am going to drink it. We're not quite full on the hydration, but I'm happy with that. It's full enough. We could take a beer. That will give us morale. It would also give us a little food as well. And glass bottles are really good because you can make them into Molotovs. Now, I'm not going to do a fire tonight. We could possibly break one of these down to sticks. And then make 2 skewers to do that. And I could also do that on the firefighter. Because we'll be learning that book, so we've got something to do. So yeah, we've searched everything in here, and you need 3.7 to get to that location. So Octavia, you've got a little bit of AP, haven't you? Come down here and cover that window. So we're secure in here. And we're going to put you in the centre. And then we're going to put Amy. Let me just double check. No, none of them give me bonuses for reading. Close the door. There's no zombie seeing us. But we should be fairly safe in here. Now, you do have to be careful. Whichever is your main character, which in this case it's Amy, if Amy dies, the run is over. So if you need to put somebody to block a doorway or take the first hit, you want your second character to be able to do that. Okay, let me just do a little bit of trading. Actually, Octavia, you can just do some drinking, can't you? You've got water on you. Okay, let me do some trading and I'll bring you back. Okay, I've just sorted out the stuff. So if you look at the weights now between 1.1 and 1.3, them about even. So first thing we're going to do with Octavia is your hydration's actually full, so I must have done your hydration. It's a tire tea. You can only eat the seeds, we're not going to do that. You've got these to give you morale. Is Amy's ability back up? It is. Because we both need a morale, we'll just do that. And use the skill. Okay, you're still a little short of morale. You will gain it tonight. But what I'm going to get you to do is first go into the crafting menu. I'm going to get you to dismantle 1 wood to get two sticks. It is a good way of doing it as well, because one of those ways to 2 of these weigh 0.6, so you do save weight doing that as well. And then I'm going to get you craft the skewers because it doesn't matter the quality on it. Ah, actually, you need a knife. We still haven't got the knife, have we? No, unfortunately, we haven't. So look on Amy. Can you make a knife at all? Spears, but you can't do that without a no. We'll need bone. We need to make 2 makeshift bandages. Did we find any bandages? No, we only got a compression bandage. And I don't think that works with the recipe. Let me just have a quick look on Octavia. No, it'd have to be 4 rags. But the only way we could do this tonight would be to take the rags off the window. But we'd also need pliers to do that one. There's a rag outside. But again, it's going into nightfall now. It would be very dangerous to send Octavia out there and do it. We've got more chance. Okay. I'm going to do something a little different here. Oh, actually, I need you in the doorway. Amy, come here. Oh, you can't do it until our next turn. Okay. Okay, if we stop up in this corner, I think we can actually do it. Let's just pass a turn. It will go dark, and I've just got to hope that we didn't get seen. So hopefully they can't see us up here. If they can, then we've got to do some night fighting. So what we want to do is give... Where's it? Amy. We've got to have all 4 cloths on the one person, so we're going to have to make... Yeah, you can just read the book. At least you've got something to do. We've got quite a bit to do as well. But we're a lot faster at crafting. Okay. So what we've got to do is make that knife. Otherwise, we can't do anything. So it pays off to pick up all them stones on the ground because now we can make the knife. And that knife allows us to... I am going to do that. I'm going to pass the knife over just for the second. Octavia. And get a little micromanager when you're doing like this. We want to take the lumber out and we want 1 stick only. And then we want to do the same recipe again. It's going to automatically always put the plank in. Use the sticks. Because I can make 2 skewers from 1 plank by splitting it into sticks. And then in the morning, those skewers will be very useful. Because we can cook with them. With the meat we've got. And we managed to pick up 2 lighters, which was fantastic. But we're doing pretty good. You've got wine on Amy, so Amy's still got something to drink if they need to. Hydration's looking good, satiety's not great. I don't want to eat the ramen because we might be able to make something out of it in the morning. And all this is fresh. I just want to make sure all the rotten stuff goes over. Okay, so Amy... Actually, let's finish with Octavia first. You've got 14 AP. Let's start searching on the map. So you want to try and find a 2 or a 3 if you can. And you want to try and find it for 4. So we know there's 2 houses coming up. So I'm going to do the same this side. I've got a 2 for 4 there. We've got 6.5 left. How low can I get that one up there for? 5.5? Yep, we'll do that. Just to see what's around us. Now, if we're going for the boat ending, a library's perfect. Because where do you expect books to be found? Libraries. So we're just covered by loads of houses around here. Which is great. So in the morning, we head into the library. We can go back safe to the house after that. You've got no AP to do anything else. It's too early to sleep at the moment, so we've got to do some of this management. We've learned how to do dumplings, and then you're going to start learning these on the next turn. This is where, if you add books, it becomes a lot better because you just read the books at night and it's really fast. You've learned how to make a flashlight. And you're partial the way to learn to do a rake. And then Octavia. Your morale's not topped up, so let's just use... Well, the most efficient way to do it is use 1 out of each book. That'll do. And we can always dump a couple of these boxes if we need it. Your morale's pretty good now. That gives you a little more AP. You've got 8.9 AP. So can we find anything else with a 2? Well, you've got nothing else to do with your AP, so you might as well do something there. We've got 2 for 7.6. So we sort of planned our route up in advance just in case we haven't got the AP to spend. And it's normally around anywhere between 10 and midnight is when I'll start going to sleep. I'm going to get you to read another book just to keep your morale up. And then we're going to have a look up here for a 2. And again, if we find a car having these routes already planned. No, I can only see 1s all the way across. Let me find a 2 up there. So how cheap can I get that 1 just so I know what's in the corner? An 8.2. Again, it's a bit of a waste of AP. It's another house up there. Because we are trying to find... We know there's nothing here because it says 0. Next turn you can read that again. And we do Amy finishing that crafting book off. So you know how to make a rake. And you know how to make a bird trap on the next turn. We are tired, so we are going to be sleeping after this turn. So learn the bird trap. You don't need to do your morale. And we're not going to be doing helicopter, so it's pointless you doing that. But what you could do, you would need your knife back. You could start making up some spears, so at least Octavia gets other weapons. How many more planks we got? We've got 2 more. So we've got an option now. We can make a wooden needle instead. That will allow you to repair clothes. They are quite low at the moment, the clothes am. No, I'm going to make a second wooden spear. It's the most sensible idea. And you'll finish that next turn. And we're going to just pass the 1 completed spear over. And then we're going to do the same. Octavia, you've got 18 AP. Use your street map and just try and get some more locations. 2 for 10.1. So we know there's nothing in the middle there. That's all blocked. And what have you got? 7.9 to use. You can do for 7 point... I think I got it for 7.5 then. 7.3. So we've actually got a route up to the fire station. So we could go library, house, fire station and get some weapons. But it would be quite dangerous there. You wouldn't want to go into a fire station at night. So you'd want to go to Kip in this house overnight and then go there first thing in the morning when you got the visibility. So that's fine. Octavia's going to sleep. Amy is also going to sleep because they've used their AP. And unless something happens, I'll bring you back in the morning when they wake up. And perfect timing. Both of them just got up. It's 6 o'clock. And now we can move out. So we've got our route planned. We was going from here and we wanted to leave to the library, which is that top one there. So we control Octavia first. We want to take our cover back. The door's out the safe, so I'm not going to take the door. I'm going to risk going for the window. Because we need those cloths because we just used them all to make the bandages. And we want you to go straight there for 4.6. And then, again, because we're on the square, it'll block anybody from zoning through. And then Amy... 5.3, 5.7. Go for the cheapest amount. We could have done... We go and collect that cloth, but we're not going to waste our time. So next turn, you're going to get 14. I don't think there's anything else for you to do. Your morale and energy is full. That's why we're getting so much AP. We've got a 4 there for 1. So we've got another route. We can go library, and then there's 3 houses around. We can choose either one. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with Octavia. Amy, you've got 12, so you could do with using about 3 to 4 AP. And again, your energy and morale's full, so you don't need to do it. You can finish off that wooden spear. And you're never going to need the wooden spear because you're a pacifist. So let's have a look at satiation and hydration now, because it is starting to get low. So if you have a look here, we're going to start losing health on the next turn. We said about cooking, didn't we? But we haven't got... we got the skewers. Well, we've just made our plan. We're going to make a fire right by the exit. And I have got 2 lighters I managed to pick up, so that was fantastic. I am going to add fuel to it. We'll keep that one. We'll just put the... Just because it's a medium trade item, we can trade with it. And because you've got... Why is it not letting me? We've got the skewers. We've got the meat. What am I missing? Oh, I'm in the wrong menu. You need to be in the cooking menu, not the crafting. Begin to panic then. So we could make a vegetable skewer. With the vegetables, we don't need to do that. Meat skewer. So we could use the fresh meat. It's only going to give us 9 turns on it. We can't use the ground in it, unfortunately. So I should have probably ate that night before. So it's going to turn a 10 satiety meat into a 13 with no chance of a disease. I forgot that's ground meat. Can we do anything else with ground meat? I don't think we can until we can get like bread. Could do a vegetable skewer because that's only got 14 turns. It will turn it into 17. It is a bit of a waste of a skewer though. We could just eat that. Not gaining much more. So no, I'm not going to waste my time on that. So you was the one that needs satiety. Am I going to risk it? Did we get any antibiotics yet? We've got sleeping pills. So what I'm thinking at this case is I could eat that meat or it could just go off and then it's pointless. If I eat that meat, I'm going to take a risk. We're going to eat this. Probably going to come back and bite us. But it is what it is. And I want to get your water up a bit. I don't need to go all the way. Something like that, about halfway. Now, if I look, you're not going to take damage. I'm actually going to gain health. And we just got to hope that we don't get a disease. You're hungry, Octavia. I'm assuming it's a female. It doesn't actually say. So, yeah, I'm assuming it's a female. And because we had no recipe for this, I think you're going to have to eat that. And we finished that bottle of water off so you can just drink the one what's on you. If push comes to shove, we do have that what will give us 3 satiety. But I don't really want to be drunkenness because that will impede combat. We'll use it if you start taking damage because at the moment you're not taking damage but you're not gaining anything. So I think both these are fine. Just get past the turn. Octavia, zone through to the library. And you've got your first level up. So when you come to your first level up, your class ability is always going to appear every single time. So if you get a really good one, so like attacking with tools 25%, I might not never get that again. Or I might never find the book. So I am going to take that. And the next time that class ability is still going to be there. Amy, I want you to zone through now. Okay, so how much AP? We've got 12 AP, so we've got enough to take... Oh, it's a survivor? Oh, I wasn't expecting a survivor this early on the run. You heard that little sound then. That means he got a sprain. Or she got a sprain. Let's just use the compression bandage. It's the only thing it's good for. And we'll get Octavia. Just move into the other room, make sure it's safe. Now, Amy, hopefully you don't get a... That's fine. You didn't get a sprain. I'm just going to loot this before we talk to the person. So we can move there ready. And another car. I've never seen this many cars in a run. Not this early in the run. Oh, Octavia did get a sprain. We can make compression bandages, but it takes quite a bit to do. You would need 2 rags and 2 scrap metals and 4 scrap plastic. Now we can break bottles down into plastic. We could just do that because we've already got 3 there. And then we would just need 2 rags. So we'd have to find some rags first before we do that. So both of them have used the AP enough. I think Octavia possibly could have used a little more. And we did get the disease, which I thought we might. Now, you do have preach. Oh, actually, you can only do it to other people. Cooking pamphlet for chili, and we've finally got a stat book. That's going to be passed over to Octavia, so they've got something to do. Got a desk there for reading. I think I might just put Amy to sleep until the statement ailment healed. Not ideally what I wanted to do. Actually, can I cancel that? Because you've got AP to spend first. Learn the chili. And do you have anything else you can do? Yes, you can go into the crafting menu and set up ready to do that compression bandage. So break one of the bottles down. So we've got 4 pieces now. So all we need is 2 rags or a bandage. Or a makeshift bandage. And because you've got nothing else to spend your stuff on. Actually, that was quite pointless because it's a combat book. I didn't realise until I pressed it. So you're now going to sleep until you're healed. Not what I wanted to do, but it's the best use. Instead of taking damage for the whole day. Yet another book with an agility stat. Now, Octavia is actually quite good. And agility does give a chance to avoid attacks. That's actually quite a decent book. And that one we'll just pass over to Amy. You can go up to the top here. And we want to check that car before we leave. Doubtful it's going to be worth... Wow. Sailing 1 and 3 already. Well, that was unexpected. But we did say the library is the best place for books. You've still got 9 AP, so let's come in and check this. Well, we'll pick up that scrap plastic. And I think I'm going to get you to go out and check the car. And we'll come and do this room later. We can't go through this door at the moment because it's... Actually, we might be able to go around the survivor. Going to take a few turns for Amy to heal from that disease. As he's got recovering status. Because, yeah, it decreases the HP by 1 each turn and reduces your AP. But again, it was better than taking the damage through being starving. And Octavia, come out here, fight any zombies you've got. If you need to. But I want you to check this car first. So let's have a look. It is broken as well. It does have some fuel in there. But you would need a fuel can and a siphon to get out. Food. Towel that can be broke down. And tape. That is extremely important for making repair kits. If you can get the recipe for it. A match on the floor for lighting is not really worthwhile. And a stick, I might get it. But I'm not going to go out my way to get it. And I'm at a diagonal. That's why I want to use these. And I managed to get a crit. That was a new addition in the 1.1 update. Where now you can get crits up to 5 times damage on the head. I've seen crits as high as 30 damage. So you could take out the big fat zombies in 1 hit. If you get really lucky. We haven't got many rags. So I am going to spend the AP and come up here and get the rag. I think I'm also going to pick up the stone as well, because we know that was quite useful. While you're at it, you might as well pick up there and just uncover a little more of the area. Not going to pick up the match, that's pointless. And because there's no zombies around and we've got quite good visibility, I'm going to leave the door open. Just need Amy to get up in the next couple of turns. So we checked all that. We checked that. We checked that. We didn't check the desk. But I think I'm going to get you to come up and check this room first. Just while you've got AP. Go right up to the very top. Yeah, there's no zombies in here. We're having quite a very good run. And yet another novel. More water. So in this case, just drink your water all the way up until full. But now you're going to gain health. You're not going to lose it. So that's all I want to do is make sure I've got that stat all the time. And there's the reading desk. So if you could find a place with a reading desk, a 20% bonus. I think those are only at libraries. And the best ones you can get in the house at 10%. But just because it's a library doesn't mean that you can't use it as a base. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 3 down the bottom and a piece of wood to pick up. So we're actually doing quite good. We'll come over here. Oh, actually, there's another one there. I keep forgetting about those. Just want Amy to get up now. Yeah, we have still got a few hours of this. We can just go and wake Amy if we need to. Didn't find anything. Cigarettes, those are pretty good for trading, and they're also good for getting your morale back. And have you got enough? No, that'll be next turn. Another, and that's actually quite a good book if you was doing a normal run, because it gives you the recipe for the radio. So if you can't find a radio, it's a good way of finding Terminus. It just tells you where it is. Your AP's still pretty good at 1.2. Wooden arrow repair kit. So we actually found the recipe. So those tape is going to be useful. I think I need 2 tape though, not just the 1. And the second book for churches and a Pathfinder book. That's actually isn't bad. It's not the ones I'm going to learn how to do immediately. And whatever AP you've got less, you can start talking. I'm just making sure of what I've done and what I haven't. So I've got that desk still to do, and that's it. And then we're done with the zone. And we want to just check out here, make sure there's no garden plots or anything on the floor we want. So what do we learn about the survivor? Nothing at the moment, so that's fine. Go on, Amy. Rise and shine. Still disease recovering. It doesn't tell you how long it takes to get rid of a disease, and I can't remember off by heart. You can attack them as you saw there, and I think I had an option to attack. If you interact, you can attack and threaten them. Now, the best way is recruiting them. I like recruiting them. I will do a bad run one of the days where anybody will find will kill. Now, if you do kill them, anything they've got on them then becomes yours. If you recruit them, again, anything they've got then becomes a part of your stash. If they die, they'll just drop all the loot on the floor. You can also trade with them if you didn't want to take them on. So if we've got 4 people already, which is the max party size, and we find another one, we could just trade with them and not try and recruit them. Okay, so what do we learn this time? It takes a while to learn. So we know they've got an ability for music lover, and we know they've got cigarette preference. They've got no dexterity or no health. I'm not certain what job that is off the top of my head. So it's not a fighter's class because they haven't got the health. So it's going to be a support class. It doesn't look like the driver, I don't think. It could even be the driver. Amy is up. So that's good. I'm going to get Octavia to continue with the talking. And as you see, the Alfie's starting to go down now. Okay, Octavia's used all the AP, so let's just have a look. We know they've got a 4 combat. Might be a security guard, and if it's a security guard, they have some really tough and strong abilities, which will really help us out. 1 strength means they can't carry a lot. So they love alcohol, they love cigarettes, and they love music. So actually, those are quite good traits. It's just great ways to get the morale back up. So Octavia can't do anything else, but what I'm going to get them to do, I think they've got a beer still. It would just give us a little satiety. A couple of glass bottles we can make into Molotovs. You don't need that yet, but if your hydration does get below 8, I will use that. Actually, you got dry fish. Just eat the dry fish. And let's just see if you're still losing health. No, you're actually gaining 0.2 now. So that's fine. That's all I'm after. And then once the satiety goes down, we just keep the hydration up just to reduce it. Octavia can't do anything else. They are drunk because they've got the symbol up there. But Amy, you've got 20 AP now. I think there was just 1 left to check, which is this here. And you've got a level up. So survivor cooking would be very good. Cat size would be very good. And familiar hunger would be very good. Now, every time we cook, getting 15% extra food from a meal could be quite massive in the long run. Cat size will allow us to see at night if there's a zombie, and familiar just means we don't lose as much. I think I'm going to take survivor cooking. It was a very tough choice, that one was. You got some more nuts, and you got a guidebook for gunshots. We'll pass a lot of these books over to Octavia, and Octavia can just read them. Now we're going to come to this square, and we're going to continue talking. So you can talk with both characters. Now, I am a little confused. Why has Amy still got the disease after she's just slept it off? Did we take 2 bad things for disease? Which I didn't realise. Well, again, you're losing health, 1.4 a turn. So you're going to have to do something about that. You got some wine there. That's going to give a massive amount of morale. I think I'm just going to get you to eat the nuts. Eat that and drink the water. That should cut down the loss you're taking. Yeah, you're still losing 0.2 because of the disease. But I don't want to send you back to sleeping for the next 4 hours. So let's have a look at what we've learnt about this person. 5 agility, 4 combat. Probably the martial artist. Oh, it is. It's the martial artist. And they've got a pickpocket kit. Can steal items from other survivors or fortified houses. That's a new skill that's coming. I don't know how that trait works. I've never seen or used that one before. Trust level 3, so it's going to take a while before we can recruit these. At this rate, we might end up bedding down here for the night. Now, we do have a reading desk there we could use. Is there a room with 2 reading desks? Yep, there's a room there with 2. There is a broken door, which would not be good. It might be better just to close that door. Close that door and close this door and then just bed down here for the night. There's another door up there as well. But I don't think we can recruit this person and leave this tile to get to another one. It's going to take us at least another 2 turns to recruit. We've both spent AP, so there's nothing else we can do this turn. And the way the survivor is, I can't get Amy to use a morale bonus on Octavia either. That's fine. We've stopped some of the loss anyway on us. Octavia's just used the last of her AP. What have we learned? We're up to trust 8 now, so we've nearly recruited this person. And they might actually have food to help Octavia out. So, Amy, spend all your AP now. And now we can recruit him. The martial artist has some really good skills. We've used this in a previous one. So we want the AI to control it, but we just want to make sure they've got the right items on them. So you've got loads of food. So we're going to take all that food. Actually, you keep the food there for a second. Amy's good on the satiety. Let's get Octavia to take some of that food. So that's giving 16, so that will nearly cap you out. So just eat that. We will leave them with the dried fish, but we want to take the fresh apples. We'll leave you the compression bandage. We'll transfer the axe over, and we'll transfer one of the spears over. We want the hammer because we want to be able to do the tool stuff. You can have the umbrella if you want that. Siphon pump, that's really good. We've got loads of novels here, so you can have 2 of the novels. We do have a backpack you can equip. We've got a radio. That's going to have to be on one of our characters. Alarm clock and a flashlight. We'll leave you with the flashlight. Hopefully you don't do it. And we want to put the crowbar here as well, because we get less durability loss with those. But we do have to leave them with some sort of weapon. So which is the worst of these? That axe does more than a fire axe. Oh, that can force open. This can't force open. But that can force open, so that can do both jobs. Yeah, in this case, I'm just going to leave you with that. You've got a little bit of food so you can have. And we'll give you a little bit of water, just because, again, going to be AI controlled. So what we want to do is on Alexa's, there is an option of doing what settings you want. I don't want them ever to eat unprepared food. Don't want them to eat rotten, raw meat and fish. We don't want them to drink dirty water. They can drink alcohol if they want to. You can use medical supplies if you want to. You can sleep when you want. You can read books, so we need to give some books over to him. I don't mind if you listen to music. Let's not plant seeds. Let us control that. And let us control the fertilizer. You can harvest if you want. You can pick up items. I think it goes up to 5 on the weight. You can pick up any item that weighs up to 4. And let's just move that to medium. So any medium value item you'll pick up, and you'll only harvest the crops if I'm 100%. We'll take attack NPCs off because I don't want them to start fights with people. And I'm happy for you to use a firearm. That might come back and bite us. I'm happy for you to search furniture. Corpses not, because that's going to be the rotten corpses. And we don't want you to repair anything because we've got our own person to do all that. And I don't think I want you to craft. So again, we've got most of it on automated. The stuff I don't want is stuff we've got characters to do that anyway. And at any time we can trade between them. So what I'm going to do is trade stuff and give everybody what they should have, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I've sorted it out the best we can. We've given the bullets over, but they haven't got a gun for it. They've got some water. They've got some food. We've given them the combat stat book, so they can learn that. And we've given them the books for locations. We've given morale books as well. So I think that's the best we're going to do on there. We've transferred all the crafting books over to Amy, so Amy's got stuff to read. And we've left the 2 books, what we've picked up for sailing, on Octavia, and I'm going to learn them as the priority. So we do have quite a few good skills on here. The agility book's no good on the martial artists because they're already agility 5. So once we finish this Pathfinder, actually I'm going to give them the Pathfinder book as well. Wasn't there a setting that stopped them from going... there, follow player character. Stay close to player. Yeah, we can do a follow. That's fine. I'm happy with that automated. Amy has got a little bit of AP to use. We do have quite a good stuff. I think out of everything there, the book with the repair kit is where I'd want to spend my AP first. So we'll spend it on there. And then let's see what Alexis does, because there's nothing around here, so hopefully they should just read books. Okay, so they went over and picked up a Bible we left in there. And unless they got loot out of there, which... because I remember taking everything. So maybe they find loot in things you've already checked. They have their own loot pool. Okay, so that at least we'd learnt that mechanic. So where are we going to go from here? I think the house off to the... we could just keep following the south track. And go to the house to the south of us, which is down here. If that's the case, Octavia's probably got the most AP. I want you... is that a door? Yeah, it is, the broken door. So this would be the one to go through. I just want visibility around here. Just to make sure there's nothing on the floor which could be really... well, scrap steel is really good to us. And you can't really do anything else this turn. So the next one is Amy. Go and block up the entrance where we're going to be exit to. We'll go and check out another house. We might find a trading house after all. What have you got to do? You're going to get 10.7, that's fine. Unfortunately, you are taking a lot because of that disease. Can we minimise that anymore? We could only minimise if we could get your satiety all the way up. Which I'm just going to use that. That should allow you to heal. Yeah, you're healing a little bit. You're not taking the damage from the disease. We'll be sleeping in a few hours anyway. So you've got enough to do next turn, and Octavia's already spent everything this turn. Let's see what Alexis does. So they are doing what I thought they was going to do. Read books. Amy, you're at the zone point, so let you get you through first. And I want to see how it works when we all zone. Do they come and follow us through the zone? It should work that way. Let's give the game AI a chance. 2.5 on Octavia. $8.7. You'll get 9 next turn, so you won't cap out, so I'm happy. Where is Alexis? Alexis is going to zone through on the next turn, so that's fine. We don't want them off to go in to do their own thing. But we need to get into this house and secure it. So in that case, I am going to get Amy to the door. And we need to start searching stuff, because we might need to make a fire if we can find a pot or a pan. No, still nothing. Got some beer. That might help out to keep your satiety up. A pickpocket. Now, we have come across these in a previous playthrough. They are very tough. And if we don't take them out, what they're going to end up doing is taking an item and running off the map, and you won't ever catch them. And they could take your best weapon. Unfortunately. I could threaten them and force them to run away, but no, we'll attack them. You've got 20 on your head, but we need to go to something like the axe or the crowbar. So the crowbar is going to do 5.3, so it would take 4 without a crit. And the axe... yeah, I'll continue using the axe. Well, which one's the lowest condition, and then we'll use that until it's ready to break. This is the poor one, yeah, so we'll use this. We only have a 20% chance to hit with this, unfortunately. What about if I use my spear? 19. So again, we don't have really too much chance to hit him. We could take out his legs. 50% chance to take out his legs. That'll stop him from running away. No, I think I'm just going to keep at the head. Just got to open up one of the hits that land. He's going to be a crit. Unfortunately not. Now, we haven't got anything else we can do. We can slow him down with Amy by closing that and then closing this. He's got to run out towards the zombie then, because there's 2 zombies down there we've got to clear. And our other person's coming through now. Hopefully they do some fighting. No, you go right next to the zombie. Again, this is what I was worried about. And that pickpocket's already running off. I didn't see what he took. Luckily, that zombie couldn't hit Amy on that turn. Okay, Octavia, you're going to have to come down and take this guy out. 3.6, 3.5. Go there for 3.5. At least then you can attack both these on the same turn with your spear. Going to take a couple hits on this one. Okay, we got unlucky, leaving one. He can't get to me on this turn, but next turn I'm going to lose my advantage. I'm hoping Amy takes that one out. Alexis takes that one out. Okay, in that case, Amy, go straight up to the wardrobe and start searching the stuff. We do have a torch, so if we need to, we use the torch on the next turn. You can only move 1 square, so Amy, go there and pick up the wood. So I think we've done as much as we can on this turn. Alexis has 10 AP, so hopefully they can take out that zombie and come and help us with this. Yep, managed to do it. Okay, that was quite sensible. You didn't move in range of the zombie. Amy, is it you that's got the torch? You can only use it 3 turns. That'll have to do. And I'm going to have to bring you out for this one. Just to get the visibility. And we'll go back to the big axe. We do with a crit. No crit, but it's only got 3.4 on its head. 3.4 the hammer does as a minimum, so that's the best choice. And I got a crit on the last hit. Now, that's got a broken door. This door's not broken. And that door's not broken. So this is probably the safest room to stop in tonight. So in that case, Amy, I want you right there. And then I'll have... I might have to go and close the door in a minute. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you're going to looting everything. If that's the case, I want to use my morale ability on everybody. I'll go there. And we are coming up tonight and we are going to be reading some books. So I'm thinking getting the reading speed on everybody might be useful. And then we're going to go back into this room. I want Amy to be protected at all costs because the run's over if Amy dies. Okay, so what can you read now? You can start reading the manuals. Only going to take you 15 AP to finish it. The double AP buff on. I'm happy with that. Amy, you should have quite a bit you can do. You are going to need to sleep pretty early. I'm actually... Yeah, I'm going to send you to sleep now. Use whatever AP you can. Continue reading that repair kit. And then you're going to sleep this turn until your energy's full. Which won't be long because you've already recently slept. And then we'll see what Alexis does. Acquired a backpack. Acquired a blanket. It'd be nice if you closed doors, because that's what's going to get us killed. Unfortunately, I can't close the door because Alexis is standing there. Let's see if we can trade. Is there anything you've picked up that would be useful? I wouldn't want you to eat the pasta. I'm okay for you to use those. You picked up an extra backpack. We'll leave you with the school bag, and then we'll give you the shoulder bag. So at least you've got a couple of bags to equip. And I don't think you picked up anything else. Pathfinder's what I'll give you. Combat's what I'll give you. Which book are you actually reading? Oh, actually, well, I probably won't know until I go over. Just want to equip these stuff, because I don't think you equip these items. So which book are you actually reading at the moment? You're doing the Pathfinder one, so that ain't too bad. I'd rather you use these ones. It's going to take some time for me to get used to the AI controlling the stuff. Okay, so what are you going to do? If you have that, it's going to give you a ton of hydration. It'll give you some energy so you don't have to sleep as long. Then we can transfer that over. You've got some apples you could eat. We want you to equip that backpack. What is your weight looking like now? Your backpack's full, your fanny pack's full, and your tote bag's got 2 out of 12. And then we need to make sure all these crafting ingredients goes over to Amy. We'll keep the tells on you. Stick can go over. Okay, that's fine. And you still got the buff on for the next couple of turns, so let's read that book. And then you can start reading level 3 as well. So we only need book 2, and then to find the marina. They might die if he's going to stand in the doorway like that and not close the door. If a zombie comes up, could probably... But again, they do have good dodge rates. And they've given the book for agility... Oh no, they're already agility 5, so they've got the best that can be. Okay, let's read the rest of that book. Next turn we finish it. Disease has recovered on Amy, so Amy's back up with full energy and full morale. Is there anything... Actually, no, because you would have to be in the square. You'd have to swap here for you to give the buff to everybody again. I think it is back up. So I want you to swap places. No, I need Amy in the back for protection. Actually, no, because Alexis is in the door, so it's fine. So now, how is everybody's morale looking? Not quite full. So Amy, use the morale. Good use of your AP. And that one, you don't have enough AP to do now. So what was you doing? Repair kits? Then Octavia, I think I'm going to send you to sleep as soon as the buff goes. Because you won't have to sleep much because of your energy. Let's finish this. And which book are you going to start on now? Probably the agility stat is going to be the next best one for you. Amy, we've used all yours. And Alexis has already used the blanket and gone to sleep, so that's good. Only still on for 2 hours, so 2 more turns we'll read the book. Just going to read books, I'll bring you back in the morning if nothing happens. Been a busy couple of days for Tia the pastor and Octavia the firefighter. They've uncovered lots of houses and they even visited a library. They've got 2 parts of the 3 books they need for the boat ending. They've also managed to pick up a survivor along the way, a martial artist named Alexis, who has come with some very good stuff like a siphon pump. I'm bedding down for the night now, ready to continue the ventures in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching.